Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're unpacking bye-bye bad vibes. It's this really quite humorous guide to letting go of negative beliefs.
Yeah, it's got some great angles.
Right. So our mission here for you is to pull out those, surprising facts and, actionable ways to face those shadows lurking in our minds.
Mhm.
And let's be honest, you're definitely not alone if you've got them. These negative beliefs are pretty universal.
Oh, absolutely. Often rooted surprisingly deep, sometimes from way back.
Exactly. Like maybe just a tiny snicker in a classroom somewhere, and suddenly it cements this belief like, okay, I shouldn't speak up, I'll just embarrass myself.
Right.
It's almost like a terrible haircut you just wish would grow out faster, but somehow we cling to these things.
We do.
Yeah.
And what's interesting, too, is how social conditioning piles on. And our own self-criticism, of course.
Oh, for sure.
It's not just that one moment. Think about, constantly comparing yourself to, say, an Instagram influencer's feed, that curated perfection.
Yeah, that's tough.
Or just hearing your own inner voice, kind of like a bad karaoke version of "you're not good enough." These messages, inside and out, they really bombard us.
So they kind of build on each other, amplifying that self-criticism.
Exactly. They shape how we feel, definitely.
Okay, so given all that, how do we actually start to, untangle this? How do we begin letting go?
Well, the book gets into the science of humor, which is pretty fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Laughter isn't just like a fun reaction.
Right.
It actually triggers real physiological stuff. It stimulates endorphins, sure, which gives you that mental reset.
That feel-good chemical.
Yeah, but also dopamine and serotonin.
Yep.
Those elevate your mood, and they actively reduce the brain's stress response.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an internal workout, really.
The internal workout, I like that.
It genuinely fights off physical tension, but also those worry loops in your head.
Okay, that makes sense physically. But if you're really stuck in those negative beliefs, how do you even find something funny? It can feel kind of overwhelming, right?
It can. But here's the thing. Humor lets you take back some power from those insecurities.
How so?
It's not just about making light of it. The actual choice to laugh at a fear instead of letting it paralyze you, that's a real act of defiance.
Okay, defiance. So you're changing your reaction.
The brain is sort of rewiring, associating that fear with amusement instead of just dread. And when you use self-deprecation, well, it's not about putting yourself down.
All right, it's different.
It's acknowledging a human flaw, but lightly. That actually builds connection, diffuses the shame around it, turns struggles into, fodder for laughter.
Fodder for laughter, yeah.
Precisely. And humor can transform that inner critic, too. Instead of seeing it as this, necessary evil you have to listen to, you can reframe it. Picture it as, an overzealous commentator at a game, just shouting out every single tiny mistake.
Okay, I can picture that.
When you see it as that absurd, that loud, almost comical voice, you can kind of laugh at how unrealistic it is.
Mm-hmm.
It disarms it.
That really clicks. It reminds me of something in the book, visualizing your anxiety as a cartoon villain. They called it the worry wombat.
Yes, the worry wombat.
The idea is when you picture its ridiculous antics, you might actually chuckle, like thinking, okay, what if I fail? Maybe I'll get a funny story out of it.
Exactly. That reframing helps disarm it. Mm-hmm. And in that act of disarming, acknowledging the absurdity, that's where the real work starts.
So connecting that playful defiance to the bigger picture, understanding the roots, embracing humor, it's not just coping.
No, it's actually the first active step. The first step in really uprooting them.
Okay, so it's not just humor. You need to actively shift your mindset too. The book talks a lot about reframing your narrative. Can you give an example? How does that work beyond the initial laugh?
Absolutely. It's about consciously rewriting that internal script you have. So take something embarrassing like a wardrobe malfunction.
Oh no, laugh slightly.
Normally, that might trigger shame, right? But you could reframe it into this funny story about how you, save the world by improvising with a makeshift cape.
Okay, turning it into a story.
Yeah, it's not just wishful thinking. Reframing actively challenges those cognitive biases, the ones that make us catastrophize everything. By shifting from I failed to I learned or I improvised, you're building new neural pathways.
Training your brain to see possibilities, not just problems.
Exactly. You're teaching it in its way to react.
Makes sense. And speaking of shifting perspective, the book also brings up community and connection. Finding your tribe, how does that help shed negative beliefs?
Oh, it's huge. When you can be vulnerable, share those insecurities in a safe space,
you realize
your worry wombat isn't so unique.
Everyone's got one.
Pretty much. Hearing someone else voice a similar fear and then maybe laughing about it together, that creates a real bond. That shared vulnerability, the mutual laughter, it acts like a positive feedback loop. It builds resilience. It makes those old beliefs feel less isolating, more manageable.
Less power over you when you see others have it too, especially beyond those perfect social media filters.
Right. Those filters definitely amplify our negative comparisons.
Okay, and one last thing from the book. Gratitude and celebrating small wins. How can we actually do that? Maybe with that humorous twist.
Yeah, a great practical tip is the small wins jar. Literally a jar where you drop notes about every little success.
Oh, I like that. Visual proof.
Exactly. It's a visual reminder of what you can do. And for the humor part, when you practice gratitude, don't just list the big stuff.
Okay.
Recall the silly, imperfect moments too.
Yeah.
Like being grateful for the coffee you didn't spill on your laptop this morning. Or a totally unexpected laugh during a really tough day.
Appreciating the messy bits too.
It broadens your appreciation for, well, the whole picture of life, imperfections and all.
So wrapping this up for you, our listener, letting go of bad vibes isn't passive at all, is it?
Not at all.
It means actively replacing them, crafting a new positive narrative, building new beliefs.
And by weaving in humor, that critical reflection, finding your community, practicing gratitude, you really can, well, dance through life with a bit more resilience and grace, no matter what the worry wombat tries to throw at you.
So here's something to think about. What new narrative, maybe one infused with a little humor and self-compassion, will you start crafting for your life today?